If you dropped 100 medieval European knights onto a battlefield against 100 Japanese samurai, who walks away? Today, we're not dodging. By the end, we're naming a clear winner. Let's set the rules, build the matchup, and run the fight. To make this fair and specific, we need ground rules. Era matchup. Late 14th to early 15th century European knights in full plate versus late Muromachi to early Sengoku samurai in Tosei Gosoku style armor. No firearms. Force, 100 combatants each, not including retainers or ashigaru. Both sides can include mounted and dismounted fighters, as historically accurate for knight and samurai. Weapons, knights, lance, arming sword, longsword, mace, warhammer, dagger, kite or heater shield, uncommon with full plate. Some will carry shields on horseback. Samurai, yumi, asymmetric longbow, yari, spear, naginata, glaive, tachi, uchigatana, tanto. Light shields uncommon. Terrain, neutral, gently rolling open field with some patches of uneven ground. Clear weather. Engagement starts at bow range. Objective, break the enemy's ability to fight, rout, or kill. Knights. Armor. High-quality tempered steel plate over mail and padding. Exceptional against cuts and very strong versus arrows and spears. Weak points at joints and visor slits. Mounts. Large destriers, chargers bred for shock cavalry. Couched lance charges are a sledgehammer. Training. Feudal elite. Tourney and battlefield experience. Drilled in formation charges. Melee in close order. Samurai. Armor. Lamellar and plate elements. Tosei Gosoku. Over silk and lacquer. Excellent against cuts. Decent against arrows, less protective than European full plate against thrusts, blunt force. Mounts, smaller but agile horses. Mounted archery tradition, later emphasis on spear, yari formations. Training, warrior elite. Archery, sword, spear. Emphasis on individual prowess and small unit tactics. Five things decide this. 1. Armor versus weapons. Plate armor shrugs off most arrows at range. Even powerful yumi shots struggle against good plate beyond close distance. Samurai spears and naginata can be lethal, but plate reduces cutting power. Thrusts to gaps are needed. Knights, maces, and warhammers are designed to dent, concuss, and penetrate armor. Lances can unhorse and break formations. 2. Shock versus attrition. Knights excel in decisive shock. A tight lance charge can shatter a line if cohesion breaks. Samurai can attrit with arrows, then meet with yari lines. They've fought cavalry and know how to brace. 3. Horses and formations. Heavy European horses deliver more kinetic energy in a couch charge. Samurai spear lines can blunt cavalry if well braced. Without large ashigaru blocks, their anti-cavalry depth is thinner. 4. Ranged phase 100 samurai with yumi can put serious arrows downrange, but against plate-clad knights, casualties are limited until very close, or until they hit unarmored horses. Knights have fewer dedicated archers. Their ranged edge is minimal in this matchup. 5. Cohesion and command. A single unit of 100 on both sides favors the side that can coordinate 1 or 2 decisive maneuvers. European chivalric warfare at this time had doctrine for massed, timed charges. Samurai excel at flexible fighting, but often emphasize individual engagements when not operating with large ashigaru complements. Here's how it likely plays out on our chosen field. Phase 1, opening arrows, samurai advance and loose volleys. Horses are the target. At 100-150 meters, most arrows glance off plate. Several horses take hits. Expect 3 to 8 knight horses down or panicked before contact. Knights close fast to minimize time under fire. Phase 2, the first charge. Knights form 2 to 3 wedges, lances couched, aiming to hit before samurai can fully disrupt their formation. Some samurai dismount to present spear fronts. Others stay mounted with bows or yari. Impact. Where wedges hit dismounted spear clusters, results are mixed. Front ranks absorb some shock, but gaps open. Against mounted samurai or looser groups, the charge bites deep. Casualties. On impact, 10-20 samurai downed or unhorsed. 5-10 knights unhorsed from braced spears or lost mounts. Phase 3. The grind with lances spent. Knights draw swords, maces, and warhammers. This is Plate's world. Blunt trauma and grappling. Samurai aim for joints with yari thrusts and try to finish unhorsed knights on the ground. Skill is high on both sides, but armor shifts the calculus. Knights can absorb glancing cuts. Samurai rely on precise thrusts and targeting the face, armpit, groin, or back of knee. Meanwhile, a mace to the helmet can end fights through the armor. Casualties mount on both sides. Expect 1.1 to 1.1.5 exchanges in the knight's favor in these tight melees. Phase 4, Cohesion Break. After several minutes, one wedge of knights reforms and makes a second microcharge into samurai who are now partially dismounted and in smaller knots. This second push often breaks morale and spacing. Once a unit begins to give ground, mounted knights exploit, running down stragglers. Samurai who stay tight with Yari can still extract, but with only 100 and no Ashigaru depth, they lack the layered ranks to reset. What about terrain? Open, firm ground, advantage knights. Shock and armor matter most. Broken wooded ground or steep slopes, advantage samurai. Cavalry can't form. Yumi and Yari work better. Mud rain, advantage samurai. Heavy horses bog down. Arrows at closer range and spearwork improve. On our neutral open field, the clear winner is the knights. Why? Superior protection of late medieval European plate against arrows and cuts blunts the samurai's ranged edge and melee lethality. Heavier horses and disciplined couch lance tactics create decisive shock moments that 100 samurai, without deep spear ranks, struggle to absorb. In prolonged clinches, knightly weapons, maces, warhammers, and half-swording are optimized for armored opponents. Expected outcome: knights win with heavy losses. Rough estimate: knights 35-55 combat effective remaining, samurai 10 to 25 remaining, the rest killed, captured, or routed. If terrain gets worse for cavalry or the samurai emphasize dismounted Yari from the start, the margin narrows and can even flip. That's our call. On an even field, 100 knights take it, but change the map or the mix. More Ashigaru spear ranks for the samurai or marshy ground. And this duel looks very different. Who should face off next? Spartans versus Roman legionaries. Mongol horse archers versus Crusader knights. Drop your matchup below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for the next battle breakdown. This is your boy Wave signing off.